Hi, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to clean a squid or a cuttlefish or a calamari because they're all quite similar. We're going to work with this beautiful southern calamari, but the method's the same for all of them. So these are his eyes here. We start by taking a hold just above the eyes and pulling down. And with that comes most of his innards. Then we're just going to cut below the eyes to cut off the tentacles which we want. That's rubbish, that goes in the bin. I've got a cloth here, we'll just keep wiping as we go, that's just a bit of ink. Now, sometimes when you take the legs off, his beak, which is his mouth, is inside there, but we've got rid of that already, so that's great. So we're just going to cut these into sections. You don't want to throw them away, they're really delicious. And these longer ones I like to just cut in half again. So we'll put them there, and then the hood. So here's our hood. Inside the hood is a quill, which is his backbone and looks like an old-fashioned quill. Now that's what you'll find in a calamari or a squid. If he was a cuttlefish, inside there would be the cuttlebone, the thing we give our budgies. Now, the difference between a calamari and a squid, it's a little complicated because calamari is the general Italian word for squid anyway. But in Australia, a calamari is one that has flaps running almost all the way down its body. A squid, the flaps are shorter, that's all. Now, those flaps come in very handy for peeling the squid or calamari. So we want to get in there and break the join between the flaps and the hood. He can be a little bit slippery, so sometimes having a cloth helps. And once we've broken that up near the tip, as you'll see, we can then just use those flaps and skin, twist the hood free and use that as leverage to peel down. So there we go. As I said, a little bit slippery, so have a cloth handy, and you can see that that just peels away. Left a little bit behind at the top, but that's fine, we'll come back and get that. That just peels down and around quite nicely. Now we are going to use those flaps, so we'll just put them there for a second. We'll just get rid of the rest of this skin, and then we'll cut him open. So there goes the skin. Sorry, that's the rubbish bowl. And here's our hood. Now our hood has a natural seam where the quill was attached. I don't know if you can see that there, but you can certainly feel it. And that's where we're going to cut. So in with the knife, and that's the thinnest part of the hood. We're just cutting there along that seam. And it's amazing, sometimes you find little fish and all sorts of things in here. There's a bit of ink left behind from his ink sac. We're just going to go in there, cut him right open. There we go. Go in there with some paper towel and just wipe out everything else that's in there. Now, one of the things I love about working with cephalopods, with squid, with cuttlefish, with calamari, even with octopus, is they're one of the few seafoods that you can put under running water. So now we've got to this point, we're going to pop him under the water and give him a bit of a wash. I'll just peel those flaps first because there's lovely meat on them, and I want to be able to give them a wash and then eat them as well. So there goes the skin. Let's give it a wash and come back, and I'll show you how to make sure your calamari and squid are never chewy. Now when I say you can pop it under running water, it doesn't mean you want to drown it. So as little water as possible, but you can give it a quick rinse, nice cold water. Give the suckers a good rinse because often they have a bit of sand in there, a little bit of, they've got a naturally gritty texture, that's fine. So there they are, they're ready to go. Our wings or flaps, It's obvious where they've joined the hood, and that's quite a hard piece. So we're just going to slice that off and get rid of it. And same with the other one here. And then we want to just give that a wipe down to get rid of, see that membrane? That's what makes your squid chewy. That's what you want to get rid of. So a good wipe with a clean damp chucks will do that. And you'll see it come off, so you know you've got rid of it. Slice that in half. Same with the other one. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Any skin that's remaining you can wipe off now as well. And give that a slice. And this is where it's most important, the inside of your hood. The reason you get chewy rubber bands of calamari is because when it's cooked, that membrane tightens up. So what we want to do, clean damp chucks inside of the hood, and we wipe it across, and you'll see all of that membrane coming off. That's what you want to get rid of. So you can be quite firm with it. The more you get off, the more tender your squid is going to be. And I like to give it a little wipe down at the end as well, because there's always a bit more that comes off that way. Now you can give it a wipe on the other side. There's generally not so much to come off there, but the more we get rid of, the better. And then we'll just trim that base off, and that gets rid of all those scraggly bits of hood. Now we can give, of membrane, I'm sorry. Now we can give that a wipe down, and we just cut our hood into nice thin strips, or depending on the recipe that you're doing, if you want to honeycomb it, that's just thin cuts this way and then thin cuts that way. But for today, I want strips, so that's what we'll do. There we go. It's that easy, and it means you're never going to have to buy a pre-cleaned squid again, because they're usually frozen and imported. Occasionally you get local ones, but start with a beautiful squid or southern calamari, clean it up yourself, delicious.